In this video, we're taking a look at a brand new niche I found, and that is dot-to-dot books. So taking a quick look over at Amazon, searching for dot-to-dots, you've got options for kids, you've got options for adults. But for those that we want to focus on today that are quite easy to make, we're going to focus on quite simplistic dot-to-dots for kids ages 4 to 8. And so if we click on this #1 best-selling book here, we can scroll down to the bestseller rank and find out how many books it's selling per month. So it's currently number 6,200 in books. If we take that over to Bookbird, we can enter the bestseller rank here and find out that it's selling over 1,000 copies per month. Now, all we need to do is click Add Royalty Calculator, set the amount of pages, which you can find up here. So it's got 103 pages and it sells for $7.99. So if we go over to Bookbird again, 103 pages, and it sells for $7.99. This dot-to-dot book for kids is making almost $3,000 a month. Now, if we have a quick look inside, we can see the types of dot-to-dots that it's creating. So here, it is very, very simple. You've got a snail with the shell being 15 dot-to-dots. Again, here you've got dolphin, where there's 10 dot-to-dots just for the back side of it. You've got grasshopper, and so this is obviously an animal themed activity book. So that's what they've gone for, and it's got 100 unique puzzles in there. So what they've obviously got is a puzzle per page. So if we wanted to do that, we'd have to create 100 puzzles ourselves. Now, what I like about dot-to-dots that I've found so far is that if we search for dot-to-dots for kids ages 4 to 8 in the search bar, you can see there are 1,000 results. Now, scrolling down and looking at some of the competition, you can see this one here that's got 11 reviews and 4 stars. This one here's got 4 stars and just 2 reviews. This one's got 5 reviews. This one's got 12. This one's got 11. So what I like to do when I'm looking for a niche is making sure that some of the search results are quite new books, ones that don't have that many reviews, because that means there's an opportunity to rank organically for that search term. So also looking at the covers, I think there's a chance to make something that looks as good as this, if not better. So this one here has got quite a nice cover, for example. And this dot-to-dot for kids is obviously a very good one, as is this astronaut one as well. Now, so you can see the potential in these dot-to-dot books, but how do you make them? I'm going to share with you 2 different ways to make these dot-to-dot books. One's using a tool and one is doing them manually. Now, for both of these techniques, you need a base image. And so we want to go over to somewhere like Creative Fabrica and find some base line art drawings that are really simple for kids. So what I love about Creative Fabrica is there are hundreds of thousands of illustrations that people have uploaded that you can utilize within your book. Let's find something that we like here. So this one looks quite nice. You have commercial usage allowed, so we're going to download these and see what they look like. Okay, so here we go. We've got an example which looks quite nice. It's quite high quality. The background has already been removed. So this is a good one to utilize. So the first way that I'm going to show you how to create these dot-to-dots is by using BookBolt. So if we come over to BookBolt, we create a new document. All we need to do then is upload that image. So here we go. We found this one here. BookBolt has this awesome little option which allows you to create a connect the dots puzzle in a single click. So all we need to do is select the dot size, the dot's colors, the font size, and your font. And then all we need to do is go around the dinosaur and make the dot-to-dot puzzle. So what I've done here is created a dot-to-dot puzzle of just the spine. Now, there's probably a way to do this in BookBolt that I don't really know about, but what you need to do now is basically just delete the bit that you've created into a dot-to-dot. So I'm going to go into Photoshop, but you could use Canva for this. So all we want to do is basically remove the black lines that we're creating the dots for. So this is a quick hack. I just cut off there with a bit of white paint, and then we filled it in to make that bit white. Now, if we save this as a copy, and we go back to BookBolt, and we upload this version. So all we need to do is select the copy version where we removed a little bit, and then we click send to back, and there we go. there is our dinosaur dot to dot. So you can see by using BookBolt, using their dot to dot tool, that it saves a little bit of time. The other way of doing this is manually, which I'll show you next. But if I was creating dot to dots for kids, this is a fantastic way of doing it. You just need to select the dot to dot tool, and then the second step is to then delete that area, upload it to BookBolt, and then send it to the background. This is a really nice product, very clear of where you're supposed to go. So yeah, really happy with this. Now let's do the same image, take it into Photoshop, and I'll show you how to do it manually. We are going to place our dinosaur within this document. I'm going to create a copy just so I've got a backup version of it. So we're going to click duplicate layer. I'm going to hide that backup version. And then on here, we're going to create some dots. So you choose the ellipse tool. You want to have a black fill and you want to have no stroke. So you can choose how big you want the dots to be. Let's say we want them to be that big. And then all you need to do is move it to the start point. So that's going to be our first start point. And then if you hold down on Windows, it's out. You create a duplicate version and then you just drag that to where you want it to be. So here we go, doing this quite quickly. There we go. That's our dot to dots made. I'm going to put those in a folder just to keep them nice and tidy. And then we need to come down here and erase this section. So what this does give you over BookBolt is doing it this way just gives you a little bit more control. You could probably do this same thing for the background in BookBolt if you wanted to, but let's do this. So just erase the outlines. We keep the fins in there this time, which is quite a nice little detail. So you can see that this is taking me a little bit longer to do. There we go. And that is our base for the dot to dot. But what we also need to do now is add the text. So select a font that you want to use. And then what you need to do is move that around to all of the dots. So you can see this can be a little bit fiddly. There we go. And then you need to go in and change the numbers. And there we go, there is our manually made dinosaur dot to dot for kids. So if you want to use BookBolt, it saves you some time. But if you've just got Photoshop or Affinity Design or something like that, you can make them yourself from scratch as well. So I will be honest with you, it can get a little bit tedious making these from scratch. But especially if you're creating an activity book with just some dot to dots in there, this is really, really handy because it allows you to make some custom made, completely original dot to dots. And that's loads better than just downloading some pre-mades from Creative Fabrica. So whilst Creative Fabrica is great for fonts and illustrations, if you're creating an activity book, if you're creating unique content like this, it's going to get much better reviews. So what I'm going to do now is put these two side by side so you can see the difference. So on the left hand side, you've got my custom made one where the advantage of this was I was able to keep the middle section quite easy. And it also had a little bit more freedom of where I wanted to do the dots. But the one on the right hand side to me looks more premium, especially for kids. And that one also took a lot less time. So if you want to check out BookBolt for yourself to do things like dot to dots and other activity books, check the link in the description below. So yeah, that's how to make dot to dots on Amazon KDP. If you're watching this looking for a new niche to try, I think dot to dots have a lot of potential. What I found about Amazon KDP so far is if a book is extremely easy to make, such as a notebook, such as a journal, and also now with AI with colouring books, they are very saturated and it's hard to break through and get sales. So that's why I focus a lot more of my time now on activity books rather than colouring books. And dot to dots are a fantastic option if you're looking to try and find a new niche to publish in. So yeah, why not give it a go? Check out BookBolt and let me know in the description below how you get on. Okay, thanks for checking out this video. I'll see you in the next one.